أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا ونبينا وحبيبنا وشفيعنا وسندنا ومولانا محمد عبده ورسوله صلى الله تعالى عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وأزواجه وذرياته وبارك وسلم تسليما كثيرا أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم. قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم سورة البقرة فيها آية سيرة آية القرآن لا تقرأ في بيت فيه شيطان إلا خرج منه آية الكرسي. صدق الله مولانا العظيم وصدق رسوله النبي الأمي الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. اللهم انفعنا بما علمتنا وعلمنا ما ينفعنا. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وأزواجه وذرياته. It's a great blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has granted us the ability to gather in His house once again on this blessed day of Friday to perform the Salat al-Jum'ah. It's a great blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We can't thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enough for all of the blessings He has blessed us with. If we were to count the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, وَإِن تَعُدُّوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ لَا تُحْصُوهَا. That if we want to count the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if we try to count the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we will be unable to do so. How many individuals do we know of who were alive last Jum'ah, but they were not granted the ability to see the blessed day of Jum'ah? They have not been granted the ability to perform Salat al-Jum'ah because they have left our midst. Indeed, it's a great blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we should thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for each and every second that He has granted us. In the khutbah before you, I recited Ayatul Kursi. Ayatul Kursi is in Surah Al-Baqarah and is the 255th verse of Surah Al-Baqarah. It has many virtues, it has many merits. The hadith I mentioned before you, narrated on the authority of Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu. He says that the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said that in Surah Al-Baqarah there is an ayah which is the leader of all of the ayat of the Quran. There's an ayah which is the leader of all of the ayat of the Quran. A person does not recite the ayah is not recited in the house in which there is shaitan, except that shaitan leaves that house. And what was that ayah? The ayah is Ayatul Kursi. This is one of the many virtues of Ayatul Kursi. Many of us may have memorized this ayah, but how many of us actually know what is the virtues of this ayah? Many virtues have been mentioned in the hadith. In this hadith, we learn one thing, that it is the best from all of the ayat of the Quran. The Prophet ﷺ asked Ubay ibn Ka'b radiallahu anhu, very famous sahabi of the Prophet ﷺ, regarding whom the Prophet ﷺ has praised him greatly. He asked him that, calling him by his kunya, O Abu Mundir, what is the best ayah of the Quran? So he replied that the Prophet ﷺ knows the best. Allah and His Rasul ﷺ know best. So the Prophet ﷺ repeated this question a few times. Then he said, Ayatul Kursi. Ubay ibn Ka'b said, Ayatul Kursi. So Prophet ﷺ then gave him the dua. So this is the best ayah of the Quran. This is the leader of all of the ayat of the Quran, as we can understand from the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. The son of Ubay ibn Ka'b mentions that my father had a jar in which there were some dates. And he noticed that after some time, the amount of dates was decreasing. The dates were decreasing from the jar. So he thought that, let me see, why is this happening? So one day he stood in guard, and suddenly he sees that there is something that looks like an animal. It was like an animal, but it looks like a small child, a young boy. You can say a teenage boy. That's how it looks like. But it looked like an animal. It's coming. So he quickly held that animal or that being, and it felt like an animal. So he asked him that, are you a human being or are you a jinn? So he said, I'm a jinn. So he started speaking to him, and then he asked him that, why are you doing this? What is the reason that you're taking some of my dates? So he said that you are a person who loves to give sadaqah, so I want to partake of your wealth as well. So then then Ubay ibn Ka'b asked him that, what can I recite as protection from you? What can I recite as protection from you? So he told him that you should recite Ayatul Kursi. He told him that you should recite Ayatul Kursi. As a similar incident has been mentioned regarding Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, which I mentioned a couple of months ago as well. And in fact, Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu says that once he was made in charge of looking over the Zakatul Fitr. So the Sadaqatul Fitr that we give in the month of Ramadan, so usually the announcement is made that either $6 or it's $11 or $23 or $27, whatever the amounts are. So it is because of the different ways of the hisab of it being done. For example, if you're giving wheat, then it's half a sa'. If you're giving dates, then it's 1 sa'. If you're giving based on raisins, then it's 1 sa'. If you're giving based on barley, then it's 1 sa'. The sa' is a measurement. So depending what you're giving, so you have different levels. The Prophet mentioned different things for that Sadaqatul Fitr. So these days you don't give that amount, we give the value of it. So the reason why you see different prices is that it depends what are you giving based on. Either you're giving based on the nisab of the wheat, or you're giving based on barley, or you're giving based on dates or raisins. So in the time of the Prophet ﷺ, from this hadith, you understand that they used to give the actual amount, right? So they used to give that sa', that measurement of dates or wheat or whatever it was. So Abu Hurairah says that I was made in charge of overlooking the Zakatul Fitr. The Sadaqatul Fitr that was given to them, that must have been put in a certain area for storage, and he was appointed to guard it, to overlook, to make sure that no one takes anything from it. So he said that one day I was overlooking it, and suddenly I saw someone coming. And taking something from it. So he said, I held him. He said, I took hold of the person, and the person started telling me, Inni muhtaj, that I am in need. Wa alayya iyalun, and I have some family. Wa liya hajatun shadida, and I have great needs. Meaning, please let me take some and let me go.
So Abu Hurairah said, I felt sorry for him. He's saying that that he has a lot of needs, he has family, and he's not wealthy. He needs some wealth. So I felt sorry for him. Okay, take it, but you can take some, but don't come back. So he said the next day I went to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he said I greeted the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the Prophet ﷺ, before I can tell him anything, he told me, مَا فَعَلَ أَسِيرُكَ الْبَارِحَةِ. Now, what did your prisoner do yesterday? What happened between you and your prisoner? Between you and the individual who you caught? Now, Abu Hurairah hadn't narrated the story to the Prophet ﷺ, but obviously through wahi, the Prophet ﷺ must have understood. So he said I explained what happened, that I was overlooking the wealth and someone came and started taking something from me. So I held him and I told him that I'm going to take him to the Prophet, that I'm going to bring him in your blessed company. But he started telling me that he's in need and he has family and his condition is not that good. So I felt sorry for him and I let him go. So the Prophet ﷺ said that أَمَا إِنَّهُ قَدْ كَذَبَكَ وَسَيَعُودُ. That listen carefully, he has spoken that he's lied to you, but he's going to come back. He's going to come back. So that night Abu Hurairah knew that the Prophet ﷺ said he's going to come back, so most definitely he's going to come back. So he started keeping an eye again, and again this person came, started taking, so he held him, and he said, why did you come again? I told you. So he said that, please, I need, I have family, and I'm not going to come back again. So Abu Hurairah felt sorry for him and let him go. Okay, take him, don't come back again. So he left. Again the next day, Abu Hurairah went to the company of the Prophet ﷺ, and the Prophet ﷺ asked him, مَا فَعَلَ أَسِيرُكَ الْبَارِحَةِ, that what happened between you and your prisoner last night. So he's like, I told him the story, and he told me he's not going to come back. And the Prophet ﷺ told him that he's lied to you and he's going to come again. So the third night, Abu Hurairah, he stood guard again, and he made up his mind that today, no matter what, I'm going to take this person to the Prophet ﷺ tomorrow. So again, this person came, started taking, and Abu Hurairah told him that I told you that you told me you're not going to come again. Why are you coming? Why did you come? I let you go 2 nights. Today, I'm definitely going to take you to the Prophet ﷺ. So he said that, look, I'm going to teach you something. He said, how about I teach you something and you let me go? Because Abu Hurairah, we all know how much love he had for ilm. He stayed in the company of the Prophet ﷺ for roughly 3 to 4 years. But still, he's narrated the most ahadith from the Prophet ﷺ in such a short span of time. And the mujahad and the hardship he had to go through, days at end, he wouldn't have food to eat. He used to stay in when you go where the Ashab al-Sufa used to stay in the Masjid of the Prophet ﷺ, the elevated platform behind the Masjid of the Prophet ﷺ, he used to stay there. Whatever little sadaqah, whatever little wealth the other Sahaba would give them, that's what he would live on. Why? Because his target, and he had dedicated his full energy and his time to learning deen from the Prophet ﷺ. So when he heard that this person is going to teach me something if I let him go, so he said, okay, that's the deal. I'll let you go, but you have to teach me what you're saying. So this person or this thing, this being, this creature, told him that if you recite Ayatul Kursi every night before you go to sleep, then you will have a protector from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who will protect you from shaitan until the morning. So if you recite Ayatul Kursi before you sleep, then you will have a protector from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who will protect you from shaitan until the morning. So he said, okay. So he learned something, so he let this person go. The next day he went into the company of the Prophet ﷺ. Again the Prophet asked him what happened between you and your prisoner. He told him this is the incident that happened, and he taught me something. And he taught me that if before we go to sleep, we say Ayatul Kursi, we will be protected from shaitan until we wake up. So the Prophet ﷺ said that this person is a big liar. this person is a big liar, but he has said something that is in line with the truth. This person is a big liar, but he said the truth. If you do the actual tarjumah of the hadith, said he said the truth. Then he asked him, that, do you know who we have been meeting these few nights? Abu Radiallahu said, no, I don't. He said, this is shaitan. These few nights, this prisoner of yours has been shaitan. Shaitan has been coming and has been taking from the wealth of Zakat al-Fitr, and you have been letting him go. And on the third night, when he knew that you were going to bring him to my company, he taught you something in lieu that you let him go. So this was shaitan. So that is why, when our respected Ustad, when Ahmad Sahib Ta'ala was teaching us hadith, and he said that the tarjumah in Urdu is, when he was translating Urdu, he said, you know the tarjumah कि उन्होंने सच कहा, but उन्होंने हक के मुवाफिक बात कही. उन्होंने हक के मुवाफिक बात कही. Because shaitan doesn't speak the truth. He's a liar. So he said something in line with the truth. That's another way you can translate it. So what do we understand? That before we go to sleep, if we recite Ayatul Kursi, then inshallah we'll be protected from shaitan until the morning. In another hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, it comes regarding Ayatul Kursi, that the person who recites Ayatul Kursi after every single salah, what is the reward of that? Nothing stops that person from entering into Jannah except death. So we should make intention, inshallah, that we recite Ayatul Kursi after every single salah. Before we go to sleep, we recite Ayatul Kursi as well. In another narration, it comes that the person who recites the first 3 ayahs of Surah Mu'min, Surah Ghafir, another name for Surah Mu'min, Surah Ghafir, حميم تنزيل الكتاب من الله العزيز العليم غافر الذنب وقابل التوب شديد العقاب ذي الطول لا إله إلا هو إليه المصير. That person who says these 3 ayat followed by Ayatul Kursi, then in the evening, then he's protected until the morning. And the person who says the 3 ayat from Surah Mu'min and Ayatul Kursi in the morning, he's protected until evening. So these are some virtues, some merits of Ayatul Kursi. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant each and every one of us the ability to recite it after every single salah, to recite it before we go to sleep, and to recite it as a means of protection as well, as it comes regarding one of the Sahaba that when we would enter his house, we would read it in the 4 corners of the house as a means of protection and as a means of protecting it from shaitan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us the true understanding and grant us the ability to act upon what we have heard. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam.
الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. أما بعد، فيا أيها الناس وحدوا الله، فإن التوحيد رأس الطاعات، واتقوا الله فإن التقوى ملاك الحسنات، وعليكم بالسنة فإن السنة تهدي إلى الإطاعة، ومن أطاع الله ورسوله فقد رشد واهتدى. وإياكم البدعة فإن البدعة تهدي إلى المعصية، ومن يعص الله ورسوله فقد ضل وغوى. وعليكم بالصدق فإن الصدق ينجي والكذب يهلك. وعليكم الإحسان فإن الله يحب المحسنين، ولا تحب الدنيا فتكونوا من الخاسرين. ألا وإن نفسا لن تموت حتى تستكمل رزقها، فاتقوا الله وأجملوا في الطلب وتوكلوا عليه فإن الله يحب المتوكلين. وادعوه فإن ربكم مجيب الداعين، فاستغفروه يمددكم بأموال وبنين. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. وقال ربكم ادعوني أستجب لكم إن الذين يستكبرون عن عبادتي سيدخلون جهنم داخلين. بارك الله لنا ولكم في القرآن العظيم، ونفعنا وإياكم بما فيه من الآيات والذكر الحكيم. أستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله على إحسانه، والشكر له على توفيقه وامتنانه، ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله تعظيما من شأنه، ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله الداعي إلى رضوانه صلوات الله وسلامه عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه. أما بعد، فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله، وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم،
فاسلكوا بهديهما فاسلكوا منهجهما فقد أفلح عبد أخذ الأسوة والقدوة من شعائر نورهما. وصلوا على نبي الرحمة والهدى فقد أمركم بذلك المولى جل وعلا فقال: إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وأزواجه وذرياته. وارض اللهم عن الخلفاء الأربعة أبي بكر وعمر وعثمان وعلي وعن سائر الصحابة والتابعين ومن سار على نهجهم واختفى وعنا معهم بعفوك وكرمك وإحسانك. اللهم اعز الإسلام والمسلمين. اللهم انصر إخواننا المسلمين المظلومين في كل مكان. اللهم احفظ الحرمين الشريفين والمسجد الأقصى المبارك واجعل اللهم آمنة مطمئنة وسائر بلاد المسلمين. اللهم آت نفوسنا تقواها وزكها أنت خير من زكاها أنت وليها ومولاها. اللهم إنا نسألك حسن الختام والعفو عما سلف وكان. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. عباد الله، إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. فاذكروا الله يذكركم وادعوه يستجب لكم ولذكر الله أكبر والله يعلم ما تصنعون.